Hello and konnichiwa. This is Dice Squad. I am Marshall Dice, also known as Adam Campbell.
And I am General Dice, Todd Evangelistas, and aloha.
And this is the only show that doesn't need to be cooked. It tastes good.
Yes. Shout out to my friend Keith Scott, who's in Hawaii right now. Has nothing to do with anything, just thought I'd do it. We're talking about Sushi Go.
Sushi Go? That sounds delicious.
And sushi, as everyone knows, is from Japan. And that's why we say konnichiwa, because that means
hello.
Hello in Japanese.
So, General, this sounds like a delicious game. How do you play Sushi Go?
Well, it's very interesting. Let's do a little history first.
Alrighty.
There were several games that came out that used what's called a drafting mechanic, or mechanism, if you will.
Kind of like a deck builder, wouldn't you say?
Not exactly. For instance, he would have a bunch of cards, and I would have a bunch of cards. I'm going to pull one, and then we're going to pass our hands to the other person.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's where you're drafting. You see a bunch of cards in a hand, and you pick the one you like. And then, in this game, you're going to put it in a tableau. But there were games like Seven Wonders, Fairy Tale, things like that, that did use that mechanism. And this game, Sushi Go, was designed by Phil Walker Harding and is produced by Game Right Games. And he had this idea that the mechanism is good, but the games that were using it were fairly long. Or it was just part of another game. Magic the Gathering uses a drafting mechanic to get started, to be fair, in like a tournament level. But he wanted it to be the entire game, and so that's why he made this game, Sushi Go, in 2013. And it was up for a lot of awards. I don't remember quite what it won and what it lost, but it caught on, and it's rated number 346 on BoardGameGeek.com, and I think it even has a family game ranking, which is even higher, and it has, I think, even a party game ranking. But I think it would make a nice party game, but you might have to do some changes, which we'll talk about.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's go in through the what are you going to do to play this game.
Well, there happens to be a lot of different cards here. They got different point values there, General.
Yes, they do. And they're very cute. Let's talk about the artwork first of all. Very nice. And if you have, I found that the artwork is very much appreciated by women, so they tend to play this game. They like it. Also, kids like the little sleeping wasabi and the smiling squid, nigiri, things like that. And so it's very popular that way. But we're talking about how do you play the game, and there are points on every single card. So what we're going to do is you check the rules, find out, you check how many people are playing, and then you deal out that many cards for that many people. Then each person takes a card and pulls it and plays it in front of them. Now this is where the strategy comes in. Let's talk about some of the major cards. First, this is the Maki roll. The Maki roll comes in 3 different kinds. 1 Maki, 2 Maki, or 3 Maki.
I got a 2 Maki.
Good for you. That's excellent, because if you, at the end, have the most Maki rolls in front of you, you're going to get 6 points. Second person would get 3 points. Now, by pulling a Maki card, all you have to do is make sure you have more than everybody else on the table. Or even if you get second place, it can be okay. You're still going to get 3 points. But you only know the cards that are in your first hand to start with. So is it a good idea for you to say, oh, there's 3 Maki rolls on this card, I'm going to grab that one and play it in front of me? You still may get 0 points at the end of the game for that card that you just pulled. But not with the dumplings. With the dumplings, if you play 1, you get 1 point. If you play 2, you get 3 points. And then 3 gets 6 points, and then 4 gets 10 points, and 5 gets 15. And if the other players at that table let you get 15, they deserve to lose.
So it's all about really like you're trying to predict what your opponent's going to pull
Right,
next
you're
from
trying
your
to
hand.
build your own stuff in front of you, but you got to look at what the other guy's doing. So if he has 3 dumplings, just play some dumplings yourself so that he doesn't have the person next to you, because I'm going to pass it to you, you're going to pass it to that person's going to pass it, and then and then this person should be looking at what I have so he doesn't hand me something that's going to give me a lot of points. Like this sashimi. Yes, if you can collect 1, 2, 3 sashimis, you get 10 points. If you collect 1 or 2 sashimis, nothing. But if you can get the 3, 10 points.
It's kind of like it's represented on the card there. You need 3 of them to make a set.
Yes. And now, if you're not gonna be trying for that one, maybe you want to have something a little safer. You can go for 2 of the tempura.
Oh.
2 of them will get you 5.
That was 3. That doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, no, the third one would be worth 0.
Yeah.
And you can try for it. That would be a good thing. For you try for 4 of them. That's 10 points. But if you get only 3, you get 5 points, which is better than the sashimi. With if you get 1 or 2, it's nothing. Now we also have the nigiri. There's egg nigiri, salmon nigiri, squid nigiri, and best of all, wasabi. Now, if you play this squid nigiri, it's worth 3 points. That's terrific. But if you can play this wasabi first, then place the squid on top of it, the wasabi triples the points that you would get.
Which would be 9 points.
9 points for that one, 2 points for the salmon, and 2 points would get you 6, and 1 point would get you 3. So you definitely don't mind throwing out an egg nigiri just to get yourself some points. But if you play this, the next nigiri you play has to be on top of it. So
because I've heard nigiri goes well with wasabi.
Yeah, it makes it. Also soy sauce, but that's in the expansion.
Wait, there's an expansion?
Only on Board Game Geek is there an expansion. There's 4 cards.
Okay.
But we won't talk about that. We'll get to that some other time.
Well, all this
Wait.
talk of. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, there's more.
There's more?
Dessert.
Well, I was just going to talk about that. I'm hungry for dessert.
Well, we only have pudding.
Pudding?
Yes, if you like pudding, you're going to love this game, because whoever has the most puddings at the end of 3 rounds of playing this is going to get 6 points. But the person who has the least amount of puddings will be penalized, -6 points.
Well, that's not good.
And remember, any ties, you just divide them out. So if there were 2 people who had the most puddings, and they were tied, each person would get 3. If there were 2 people who had no puddings, then they would get -3 each. So, but we also forgot the name of the game.
Sushi go?
When do you say sushi go? You say it when you pull the chopsticks, and the chopsticks allow you to take the new hand that you just got, put the chopsticks inside the hand, and then pull 2 cards of your choice out. And that's great when you see there's a wasabi and a squid in there, or 2 tempuras, or just what you need to finish off your sashimi. You throw that chopstick in there, you say sushi go, and you put down 2 cards, and when you flip them over, hopefully it's going to be good points for you. And that's all there is to the game, really. You just keep passing those cards. Now, of course, the game plays I think 2 to 5 players. Takes about 30 minutes, but there are ways you can play with more, and I think that's what makes it more of a party game. So in the first game, you keep track of your score over 3 rounds, and then at the end, whoever has the highest score after 3 rounds is the winner. But we played a party game version of it where we had 10 people. when you have more than 5, just deal out the whole deck to everybody and play one round. And, you know, the deck is going to keep passing and passing and passing. And everybody should have the same amount, so maybe there would be a couple cards left over. But we played with 10 or 11 people, and at the end of the game, at the end of one round, we scored the pudding, everything happened, and we just, who has the most, that's the winner. You don't have to keep score as much. You don't have to keep your puddings till next turn. You don't go through the deck slowly. You just bam, everything.
You just shut up and eat your sushi.
Yes. Well, nobody shuts up during this game. Here's an example of play. We'll just play one round.
Okay.
Now, he has 10 cards. I have 10 cards. We're going to try and make the best of what we have in this hand. So I'm going to go with this one.
Okay. I'm going to go.
And then I pass my cards over to him.
And I'm going to pass mine to the general.
And then we flip. I took a dumpling, so that's worth 1 point.
I took tempura. I risked it on trying to find another one to double it.
So now if I have a tempura in here, I will take it and throw it away so that he doesn't get it. Okay, interesting. Those are terrible. Those are terrible. I'm going to go for that.
Alright, I'm going to go for that.
Alright, we pass. And what did I pick? Sashimi.
I couldn't find a tempura, so I picked a maki roll.
There's no tempura in there. He's got the only one. So
now you tell me.
So that one is going to be worth 0 at the end of the game, but it's not bad. Oh, these are better. These are better. I'll go with this one.
Alright, go with that one.
And sashimi number 2.
Maki roll.
Okay. I think I'm going to concede the point of his maki rolls. And go for that one. And as you go, and less choices, it starts to get faster. Sashimi, so I got my 10.
Maki roll. Oh.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Now that's no good. I'll do that one.
Alright.
Okay, I picked a dumpling.
With my sushi, I like to have pudding.
Oh no, the pudding! I forgot about the pudding. It looks like I'm going to get negative 6 points. That's alright. That's alright. I'm going for that one.
That's for the tempura.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I picked another dumpling, so I got 3 of them.
Maki roll.
So that's the 3 of those together going to be worth 6. Let's go with that one. Alright, that's squid nigiri. That's 3 points.
Maki roll. I'm going to make sure the general doesn't have any maki rolls.
I kind of conceded at 4, so...
Yeah, well, if you had one of them, you would have had 3 points.
There you go. I've got salmon nigiri.
Maki roll.
Alright. And a squid nigiri.
Salmon
and
nigiri.
Egg nigiri.
And I had a sashimi.
Alright. So we take out the ones that are worth nothing. Sashimi and the tempura. Didn't match them up. I have no maki rolls, so I get 0 points for that. He's got 6 points for that. The worst is there was only one pudding. Now normally that would be saved over 3 rounds, but we're just playing 1 round. So Marshall, you get 6.
I ate my green, so I can have my pudding.
I get negative 6, so these dumplings that were worth 6 have to offset that negative 6, so that's worth 0. So I got 10 points for my sashimi. I got 9 points for my squid and 2 points for my salmon. So that is 21. And with all your maki roll...
You beat me.
Really?
You beat me.
You had 12 there.
Yeah, you still beat me.
If we would have got that tempura.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Everybody is saying, who passed me the deck here? This is the wrong deck. Somebody's got the wrong cards. Who's still playing? Who hasn't picked?
So is it more easy to play with more players or with fewer players?
I think it's funner to play with more players, but with fewer players, I think there's more adaptive strategy to it. And it's always fun, and you're not... you're not asking for anything really deep with this game. I think it's just a family game, and you have fun with it. You win some, you lose some. Nobody gets angry.
Well, how can you get angry with chopsticks that look that cute?
Or look at this, my expansion card with the soy sauce. He's smiling. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this game. Now, we played with Pokey Dice.
Yes, we have.
And just out of curiosity, what do you think for the rating?
Well, as always, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I would give this game a solid 8. Because you introduced me to this game. I enjoy it. We gave Polka Dice like the game. I mean, we had lots of fun swapping sushi. It's pretty good.
I would go 7.5 myself, but that said, it's almost one that I would say should be in everybody's backpack when they go out with the game, because you can play the variant that I described very quickly, and boom, 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 oh, I won, and now somebody else is coming in, we're ready to play the real game we came here to play. Or, oh man, I don't want to think too hard, what do you got? Sushi, go. You know, it's not that difficult to wrap your mind around, and it's fun how everything works out, it's colorful. So I'd give it a 7.5, but it's a nice gateway game, and it's almost an essential game, really, that you should have, like, to bring, hey, let's play a game. What do you have? Well, it's easy to explain, and there you go.
All right, well, all this talk of food has made me hungry. Made you hungry, General?
Yes.
You want to get out of here and go eat some sushi?
No.
No? What are you in the mood for? Mexican. All right, well, we're going to go get some food. But until next time here on Dice Squad, I am Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell.
General Dice, Todd Evangelista.
And we'll see you next time. Later. We are the Knights. We are AnCon.
I'm Batman.
How's it going, guys? This is Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell.
Yes, and I am General Dice, Todd Evangelista.
And we're here to talk to you today about AnCon, which we'll be appearing at.
That's right. We're going to be there. We're going to do some walkthroughs, some interviews with some of the vendors, with people. There's going to be a lot of people there who have invented their own games. They're going to be demoing them, and those games will be up on Kickstarter eventually. There's going to be some, you can play their games, give them feedback. We're going to do some interviews with those people and show you how to play their games. And we had a lot of fun at Groundhog Con, which was the same hotel. This one's going to be even bigger, and we're going to go and talk to a lot more people.
And when is that, General?
May 15, 16, and 17 at the Clarion Inn in Hudson, Ohio.
2015.
That's right.
So, we're going to swoop on out of here. But from all of us here at Dice Squad, I am Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell.
General Dice, Todd Evangelista.
And if you're not at AnCon, we will find you.
I'm Batman.